Search for must-visit places in Tokyo, Japan, and Teamlab Planets will for sure be on whatever list you will find. And the team behind Teamlab have been busy at work. After the new borderless opened in early 2024, they then announced a Teamlab Planets expansion project that will officially increase the exhibition space by 1.5 times its current size in order to add some completely new exhibits. The results of this new expansion will be unveiled on the 22nd of January 2025. However, I was fortunate enough to be given a chance to preview the new space, and so in this video, I'm going to be telling you absolutely everything you need to know about the newly upgraded Teamlab Planets. I'm going to start the video by telling you what they currently already have at Teamlab Planets, and then I'm going to show you all the exhibits you can expect at the newly expanded Teamlab Planet space. Before then, finishing off the video by sharing my thoughts on whether or not Teamlab Planets is worth visiting if you're someone who's never been before, or is it worth revisiting if you're someone who's already been before. Consider this your ultimate Teamlab Planets guide. Hey guys, Editing Steve here, just jumping in real quick to let you know that there are chapters, and so if you're already familiar with Teamlab Planets, feel free to skip ahead to find out what's new at Teamlab Planets. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel content like this, and let's get straight into it. So what exactly is Teamlab Planets? Here's a little Cliff's Notes version. Teamlab Planets Tokyo is a groundbreaking art museum located in Toyosu that invites visitors like you and I to fully immerse themselves in a world where art, technology, and nature converge. You see, unlike traditional museums, Planets is designed to challenge all of your senses. You're encouraged to walk barefoot, wade through water, and engage with your surroundings, making it an active, participatory experience. If you've never been before, some of my personal favorite exhibits here that I would highly recommend you keep an eye out for include the floating flower garden, which not only looks unreal, but you can even smell the fragrant floral aromas of flowers. The space is also completely filled with mirrors that makes the whole space look like it goes on infinitely. You also do not want to miss out on the dance of koi pond, which allows you to interact with herds of digital koi fish. And you also no doubt would have already seen the infinite crystal universe on the socials that surround you with an endless field of LED lights, though my personal favorite is the floating in the falling universe of flower space, where you are enveloped in a 360-degree projection of ever-moving blooming and falling flowers. I mean, come on, just look at it. So usually this would be the end of the exhibition. However, we're now headed to the new section of Teamlab Planets. I am so excited. Because whilst everything you've seen so far are amazing, there are exhibits that are already at Planets. So what exactly is new at Teamlab Planets? I mean, what could they possibly add to elevate Planets even more? Well, I'm glad you asked, as that is exactly what we're going to be talking about in this next section of the video. The main mission of the Planets Upgrade project is to expand the museum's footprint by 1.5 times so that they can fit in 10 brand new artworks spread across 3 innovative spaces, each designed to add a completely different immersive experience. Here's a little breakdown of what to expect in each space. The first area you will walk into is the athletic forest, where you will be immersed in various complex and physically challenging 3-dimensional exhibits in this highly interactive space. Now, I'm not going to ruin it for you by showing you every single exhibit you can expect. Instead, here are some of my personal favorites. Starting off with this balanced stepping stone exhibit, where the stones wobble and interactively change when you step on them, emitting a color and tone that affect the entire space. But if you thought, hey, that looks trippy, wait till you see this next exhibit called the rapidly rotating bouncing spheres in the Caterpillar House space, which had already caught my eye as it was heavily featured in the early press releases. And who could blame them? I mean, just look at this. The goal is for you to make your way across the room as the spheres react when you step on them, emitting sounds and changing colors. Yet another one of my highlights here though is the aerial climbing through a flock of colored birds, which make you feel like you're doing exactly that as you climb on these neon-colored stakes to make it across the space surrounded by colorful projections of flying birds. The athletic forest at Planets aims to enhance spatial awareness and foster higher dimensional thinking, which are skills closely linked to creativity and innovation. Learn Future Park is the other new space that came from this expansion and offers an interactive experience that wasn't previously available at Teamlab Planets. The Future Park aims to foster a collaborative approach to creativity, encouraging visitors to come together to build and shape a dynamic and evolving world. Create your own piece of art at the Sketch unveiled world and contribute it to the wall of art surrounding you. The Future Park aims to offer a glimpse into the future of learning where participants like you and I can contribute their own ideas to shape the ever-changing artwork around them. But that's not all. You can also then head on over to the Sketch Factory at the end of your Teamlab Planets visit to convert the art that you created into souvenirs such as tote bags, shirts, badges, and more. However, if I could only pick one single highlight of my entire experience at the newly expanded Teamlab Planet space, it would be the Catching and Collecting Extinct Forest, where you can embark on an educational adventure using your smartphones to catch digital representations of extinct animals within the forest. You will need to download their new Teamlab Planets Catching and Collecting Forest app, but once that is done, the app will map the forest and detect the animals for you to catch. You can learn more about the extinct animal once you've caught it, and my absolute favorite thing about this exhibit is once you're done learning, you can release the animal back into the forest. This interactive learning space encourages curiosity and discovery, allowing participants to create their own collection guides and learn more about species that once roamed the earth. It's a fun yet educational experience that I personally hope will not only make us learn more about the animals that are already extinct, but also hopefully create awareness for us to conserve the animal species that we still have. With that all being said, is Teamlab Planets worth visiting or revisiting? Well, if you haven't been to Teamlab Planets before, the answer is easy. I mean, Teamlab Planets was already one of the most popular attraction spots in Tokyo, Japan before the upgrade. So the answer to that question is a yes. The million-dollar question to answer is if Teamlab Planets is worth revisiting if you've already been before. And the answer to that, in my humble opinion, is yes. For context, I've also previously been to the old Teamlab Borderless and then the new Teamlab Borderless, and felt that it was honestly like an entirely new experience with some degree of familiarity. In a very similar fashion, this return visit to Teamlab Planets for me felt exactly the same. The new exhibitions expand and complement the existing exhibitions, offering something that we have never yet seen at Planets. So much so that I would actually recommend you allocate an additional 1 to 1.5 hours more to your Teamlab Planets visit this time around. Teamlab Planets is already a highly popular destination with tourists and locals alike, and the demand for their tickets are likely to increase even more once the new space has officially opened, so I would highly recommend you get your tickets ahead of time. Tickets for the month of your desired visit commonly open 2 months beforehand. For example, if you want to go in April, tickets will become available towards the end of Jan. You can choose to get the tickets via their official site or via resale sites such as Klook. And speaking of Klook, if you are traveling with a rather packed trip itinerary and want to make the best of your time in Tokyo, I would highly recommend getting the Skip the Queue tickets at Teamlab Planets instead. It does exactly what the ticket name says it does, which is instead of having to line up with the rest of the people to get into the exhibition space, you can actually skip the queue to enter the exhibition directly. The normal tickets cost about $22 whereas the Skip the Queue tickets will cost you around $53. I personally did the Skip the Queue tickets on both visits, and in my opinion, it is totally worth it, especially if you're traveling with kids. If you're currently having to choose between Teamlab Borderless and Teamlab Planets, I have previously done a comparison video comparing the two to help you decide. I've linked that video at the end of this video so that you can go ahead and check that out next. And if you're headed to Japan for the first time, don't forget to also check out my First Timer's Guide to Japan, containing all the lessons I learned prior and also during my trips to Japan. I will also link that video at the end of this video. By the way, I'm Steve from the Fat Life Project, and I create plenty of fat travel content such as the one that you're watching now. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help in appeasing those YouTube algorithm gods, but much more importantly, it will just make my day as a content creator. And if you got to this point of the video, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean everything. As always, I do hope that you have a fantastic day ahead, or that you've already had a good day. I will see you very soon in the next video. Ciao!